That's a very good question. An integrative health coach is the interface between medical professionals and patients. Let me give you an example. Patient comes to Terra MD, stomach problems. We first do an intake assessment. A nurse sees the person, triages the patients. Then they go to the doctor. The doctor will do a diagnosis and perhaps do something, treat the acute illness. However, the next step would be that we take this person and do a thorough assessment of their nervous system. This is a process we have been working on for many years, and we will check the autonomic nervous system for certain markers, the heart rate variability, the stress response, the rest and digest cycle, like the 24-hour cycle, and some other things, respiratory patterns. And then we look what are the current stress levels of this person? What are the inflammation levels of this person? What other problems could they have? We check hypertension, whatever it is. And then we look at the life of the person. We look at the factors that might lead to problems, like we call them loaders. And a loader would be bad food, bad relationships, stress at work, things, acute diseases. All these are loaders that add to the stress. Then we look at the buffers. This is what helps a person, that supports them. Pranayama, breathing exercises, yoga, workout, good diet, good relationships, stable social environment, whatever it is. We look, what are the buffers? And then lastly, we check, what are the distorters? What are the areas where you mask the reality? An example would be coffee, right? You are fatigued all day and you drink lots of coffee and you cannot tell how exhausted your body is, right? So you mask it, so that distorts the true picture. We will see this in your nervous system. And once we have this picture, all we have to do is to see how can we increase the buffers, decrease the loaders, eliminate over time the distortions or the distorters. And that is lifestyle interventions, can be medication, can be all sorts of things that the patient has to do, different kinds of therapy. And this is where TerraTuning gets really, really interesting. Of course, a doctor cannot provide this. There's not the time for this, but an integrative health coach can. So imagine the integrative health coach as someone who understands TerraTuning, who understands the findings of the doctor, who can explain this to the patient, and who can help that patient to do the right steps to implement those new plans. And then on a weekly basis, we can measure if those plans are working. So that's what an integrative health coach does.
And the magical part about TerraTuning is we finally realize that art is medicine and medicine is art. The most beautiful part is it is not guesswork. It is measurable.
As doctors, we see the same challenge every day. People don't just need prescriptions, they need support. Someone who understands their stress, their habits, their emotions, their daily life. An integrative health coach becomes that bridge. They help patients follow the lifestyle changes that medicine cannot do alone.
An integrative coach is not a doctor. A coach is a person who walks with you every day, the one who listens, encourages, and helps you build healthier routines. They teach grounding, breathing movement, emotional regulation, all the things patients rarely get support with.
For many years, I've been thinking about a unification of different healing modalities. There's allopathic medicine, there's Ayurveda, there's naturopathy, there are all sorts of therapy forms and so on. And everyone will not only say my way is the best way, but also there's little collaboration. So at TerraMD, we have yoga therapists, we have yoga teachers, we have meditation teachers, we have allopathic doctors, we have Ayurveda doctors, and we have art therapists. And I try to find a way, how can we make these people work together? And we found a solution. The solution is to measure the outcome with methods that everyone can understand and everyone can appreciate. And what we found is that all inflammation, all issues that you have are positive things. They will reflect in your nervous system. They will reflect how well you respond to stress. They will reflect in your breathing patterns. They will reflect in your sleep patterns. They will reflect in your heart rate variability. And they will also reflect in the speed with which you recover from stress. Comes a big stressor, 60 seconds we measure, how fast does the stress level go down. And when we see those values, we can apply a healing modality, be it art therapy or medicine or whatever it is, and then measure the outcome. See, what does your nervous system say? Are you relaxed? Are you happy? Are you healing? Are you in a good state? Do you have a healthy, deep sleep? If not, it's not working, and we try something else. So to me, it was very important to not buy into this is the best thing to do, because it's different for everyone, right? So you take whatever really works for this person and you measure it and you prove it. And the integrative health coach is the person who is part of that process and helps the patient to understand it, helps the patient to adhere to those plans, helps them to, where do you get your healthy food, or what exercise, how to do those exercises. So let's say the integrative health coach happens to be a yoga teacher. They can do yoga exercises with people. It's a meditation teacher can do breathing exercises or meditations. So the integrative health coach is that missing link that people complained about in the past, that they had their doctor's appointments and then they feel left alone afterwards.
And you don't need to be a doctor. Anyone with compassion, artists, dancers, yoga teachers, students, caregivers, can learn this. If you love helping people, this becomes your purpose. When someone paints, moves, or expresses themselves, their physiology changes. Creativity regulates the nervous system.
And Terra Tuning. Let us measure that shift. For the first time, art, movement, and medicine speak the same scientific language.
Many of you know that for the past years I've been trying to figure out what can people do actually when they have their certification. What do you do as a certified yoga teacher? What do you do as a certified meditation teacher? How can you make a living to offering this? And to make things even worse, and that's the problem I was fighting with a lot, what if you do multiple things? What if you are a certified meditation teacher and a certified yoga teacher? And perhaps an Ayurveda practitioner? What are you doing? So how do you explain to someone what you're doing? And the solution was to create a framework that creates a congruent story around this, a name for it, the integrative health coach. And the integrative health coach can have different specialties. It can be yoga, meditation, Ayurveda practitioner, can be all of it. It can be a therapist, can be a licensed psychiatrist, and in those other fields. and then works through that new software that we have that you will shortly see, can work and collaborate with other experts. And today is the day where we make this public. Today is the day where we publish TerraTuning, the TerraTuning protocol, explain what it is, a unification in integrative health that has not existed yet in this form, a framework of measuring success of interventions that hasn't existed before, and a way of helping you to create something to actually make a career with what you love.
It's a meaningful work. Patient trust coaches, they become the steady hand in someone's healing journey.
So, if helping people feels like your calling, this may be the path for you.
We will train you.
We will support you in every step of the way.
Join us.